It's called Advanced Answering Techniques. So it is three professional people explaining to other people how to answer different questions, a multiple variety of questions. Advanced Answering Techniques.
Hello and welcome to Advanced Answering Techniques. I'm one of your co-hosts. My name is Josh, and this is a podcast where we do 100 episodes. And it turns out that we found a bat, a flying mammal, in the room where the podcast sleeps. So now we're getting the bat tested, and then we're quarantining the podcast to observe it and see what needs to be done. Sort of in a holding pattern, doesn't look good for the podcast in some ways. It was in the same room with a bat. The bat, remember the bat that I was talking about? The podcast was sleeping in the same room where there was a bat. Mm-hmm. Did you get that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's just look of incomprehension.
Well, why would we
simple.
be worried? What's wrong with the bat?
Because if you wake up in the same room with a bat, it's possible that you've been exposed to rabies.
Oh, I thought you were going to say vampire.
Nope.
No, okay.
Nope, rabies.
It's like the real vampire disease.
It is like the real vampire
It's
disease.
the real one.
Except it's one of the tricks about it is that that one it doesn't extend your life.
It doesn't extend your life in any meaningful way, and also it's not like you go back and forth between states.
Right.
You don't go back. You stay rabid, but you do get kind of shiny around your mouth.
That is true.
If that's one of the
It's the
vampire distinctives,
That's what
Twilight ones.
Stephanie Meyer's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vampire. They're twinkly in this. I've never heard that in any other vampire. I'm not a vampire lore expert at all, but I've never heard the idea of them being shiny.
being shiny, right?
I don't think it is anything. I think it was like, it's like it exposes them as vampires, but they don't turn into dust, do they?
Right.
They don't turn
I think
into
it's
dust
like a
in the
lessening
sunlight.
of the sunlight curse, like that you can't be in the sunlight.
I think they're like,
it's just like
that's
she
all
was
part
like,
of the.
I kind of want them to be able to be out in the sunlight because they got to go to high school.
Yeah,
they got to go to high
That's
school.
the point of this.
And one of the weird things about high school is you gotta endure the sunlight.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll just make it so they're kind of shiny in the sunlight, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I've only ever watched those movies like 100 times. So
yeah, certain element that's very rich text. Certain elephants haven't totally.
certain elephants
haven't
not,
sunk in.
No, definitely not. Well, that's interesting about the podcast, and the podcast might have rabies. You think?
I just think that maybe it's just doesn't have long.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of what
In this form.
Gotcha.
in this form.
We'll cut off a part of the podcast and preserve it.
Yeah, and we'll come back
mummy.
and it'll be a kind of in a formaldehyde or it'll be mummified.
Yeah, a rabid mummy.
Yeah.
Vampire mummy.
Well, that sounds like a good idea.
Vampire Frankenstein mummy.
Caleb is another one of the co-hosts. He just recently gave a talk at the local elementary school about how parents don't want their children to play with fidget spinners. Because
I know.
Because parents don't want their kids to have certain powers that you can get when they're playing with fidget spinners.
Well, yeah.
And Caleb, what were some of the powers that you were lying to the kids about?
Okay, that's kind of a leading question. Objection, Your Honor, leading the witness.
You did. Oh, so you were telling the truth.
I mean, who knows if we haven't proven that I'm not telling the truth.
Okay.
Some of these powers might take a while
to sort of show up.
To sort of show up. Wrong kid, wrong figure.
But you're saying
never gonna happen
when you're.
Gotcha. So there could be sort of a process for a child where they have to buy maybe an assortment of different.
Have you ever
spinners.
seen the Harry Potter movie or read the book where Harry Potter goes into the wand shop?
I'm aware of that.
He has to try the different wands, and they do different things.
Yeah.
Wand doesn't pick
some of them not so good.
Or wand, wizard doesn't pick a wand. Wand picks a wizard.
Wizard.
Exactly. So the fidget spinner picks the child.
It does seem like maybe Harry doesn't have to buy each individual wand to know.
That's one difference.
They're not wands. They're not wizards. There's three
These aren't
differences by my
expensive
count.
fidget spinners.
Okay.
I mean, it does depend. You might be suited to a more expensive fidget spinner.
Do you find that a lot of kids are?
I find that I like to start them off cheap just to see if we could save them some money.
That's
and
good.
then eventually,
Yeah.
you're right. We
Sorry.
end up. You're just a difficult case.
They're kind of bought in after you try
Yeah.
2 or 3 that are in the lower price, lower on the price ladder.
Yeah.
But then you climb that ladder pretty quickly after
Oh,
that.
you do.
And they go with you.
And yep. And what I found is that the right fidget spinner, it's about bioresonance. It's about the resonance of your body and the resonance of the spinner.
Okay.
That's how it keeps you from fidgeting.
Gotcha.
You know?
Oh, okay. That
That's
actually
how it
makes a lot
keeps
of
you from
sense.
fidgeting.
You get
is
it to a
counterbalances
frequency.
the resonance,
Yeah.
the right
Yeah.
frequency. And a lot of these kids are little fat
Yeah. They're
loads.
Yeah.
They're
Okay.
little fat
Yeah.
guys or
Yeah.
girls.
Yeah.
And so what I've found is I try to start them off on the small one, but it takes a hefty fidget spinner to
Kind of
counterbalance
balance.
their,
Right.
Yes.
and the gravity of their bodies,
Right.
like
Yeah.
the resonance of their bodies. So that's what I found.
Yeah.
And it's tricky. Yeah, you have figuring that out.
So it is science, not
But one of the
magic.
cool things about doing this is you learn so much more about yourself, and
Right.
this is going to help you in all different facets of your life.
Mhm.
And some parents, they're concerned. I met this one guy who I was talking about fidget spinners with, and he asked me, "What constitutes a fidget?"
So he's asking an important defining question.
Yeah, what constitutes
What
a fidget?
constitutes a fidget?
And how
Yep.
is that how he said it, or did he
Well,
say
he
it a
kind
little
of said
differently?
it. He said it like, what constitutes a fidget?
Yeah. Okay. And his son, I bet he needed a big. If it's
Oh,
who I
huge.
think it is,
Yeah.
he needed a big fidget
He
spinner.
needed a huge fidget spinner.
constitutes a fidget?
Yeah, what constitutes a fidget? Yeah. So pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But coming from him, and I was like, almost anything.
Yeah.
A single
Okay.
bob of the leg,
Yeah.
that's a fidget.
Yeah.
That's one fidget.
A three waves of the wrist.
Okay.
I say that's a fidget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one.
Unless
that
you
could
like,
just be
unless
like
it's somebody
balancing.
you recognize. You're saying hi. That's a greeting.
Yeah. Right.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
We can. I
Hi.
think
Hi.
we know which is a fidget, and which is a wave.
What? But you said 3 waves of the hand,
Like,
and that sounds like a
tilt.
wave. To
Okay,
me.
okay,
It sounds,
a tilt.
doesn't
I'm
sound like
sorry,
a
I'm sorry.
fidget.
What I meant was like okay, like if you see someone who appears to be waving at their
Yeah.
desk,
Yeah.
that's a fidget.
A wrist
They're not-
twist.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
wrist twist. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wrist twist.
Yeah.
That's starting to sound more fidgety to me.
Yeah, wrist twist. Anyway, that's
Yeah.
the kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And so these spinners though they're going to help you once you know that, and
Right.
then you can use this fidget spinner to counterbalance that. You can focus more. And the other cool thing about my fidget spinners is that you can get them customized. You can get any kind of symbol on them at all, even if
Emoji?
it's like an ancient sacred symbol that sort of in the recent history has been used for nefarious other means.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I am like free speech absolutist,
Right.
freedom of expression. I'll put that on there if you want.
Yeah. Yeah. The Azov Battalion Black Sun that can
sort of deal.
definitely.
I'm not asking questions,
Right.
except what size and where,
Right.
what color.
That you do have a couple questions, but it's not about. We're not.
Why
gonna
do you
ask,
want
Why
this?
do you want this?
Do
Yeah.
you want that
Hey,
gold
look.
foil or carbon steel?
People of all different kinds of creeds,
Right.
and races,
Right.
and
Objectives,
sizes,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
objectives, and class
Yeah.
need fidget spinners. So I'm not
And
gonna get
Yeah,
in
you're
between
not-
you. If it makes you more attracted to your fidget spinner
It's just
because
the
it has
free
that cool
market
symbol on it.
operating.
Yeah,
as
free,
it should.
totally free market.
And but I did want to ask. I did ask.
Yeah.
In fact, I already have asked it, and
Right.
you kind of ignored
It's true.
the question. Is what powers were you kind of talking about to these kids?
Oh,
Well, just give me an example, maybe of just one that you thought might draw them in, make them interested.
okay. If you can resonate correctly, so once you correct your resonate, how
Yeah.
you resonate, you can resonate in such a way that no one can see you.
Okay. Wow. So invisibility.
And you said it.
Gabe is another one of our co-hosts, and he makes these long videos on the only video hosting platform that seemed to actually want Russell Brand. That was Rumble. And Gabe, on your most recent Rumble video, just last week, you were talking about how zoning laws are ruining this city. You were really upset about how you can't even keep chickens in your own apartment anymore. What kind of a society is that? And where in your apartment were you keeping chickens?
Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
As always, Josh.
Yeah.
And I'm
They
surprised
don't have a lot of views, but
yeah.
I like to contribute
good
what
to
I
know
can.
where they're coming from. Yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't mention in the video where the chickens were in the apartment.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know, seems like an oversight.
Well, you're just like they're in my apartment,
Yeah.
and why can't I just have chickens in my apartment? It makes it easy. It's easy for everybody.
I guess it is still just the best way to describe it because they are just. I mean, I believe that they shouldn't be caged, so they're just free range. In the apartment.
So it kind of like all over the apartment.
Yeah, they're in the apartment, just walking around.
Do they
cleaning
just
up
stay
bugs.
in the apartment?
What?
They just stay in the apartment. Huh?
Yeah, they're very, very well-behaved chickens.
Yeah.
They're only from the finest stock.
Right.
But yeah, they just walk around cleaning up bugs, and the toilet problem is a problem. But it's worth it. I think.
A little backup in the toilet.
I wish it was just in the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
so they're not that well trained.
They're good about staying inside, which is a problem when it comes to stuff they should be doing outside.
Yeah.
But I don't really want to I don't want them to go
like
out
because a chicken litter box.
I've definitely tried it, and the most effective method of that was actually to just kind of spread the litter all over the apartment floor, and then just kind of scoop up spots and replace the litter in those various spots.
And then it's like kind of nice for you too, right?
Well, I mean, it's discouraged. I discourage myself from doing it. And there's just a very thin veil that's like the thin membrane that I'm trying to maintain, and it is challenging sometimes because it would just be so easy. Honestly,
you're having to discourage yourself mentally because the act of doing it is not discouragement enough. An act of having to deal with that, not discouragement enough because it is so convenient, and you get a better look.
Guys, it's time for us to get to our Spotlightify comments. We have one Spotlightify comment that I will address here. It is from Justin. We also have an email sent in from Justin that I think will be better in a later episode.
Okay.
Oh wow!
Because
just letting you know we got it, Justin.
Because it's one of the reasons that I wanted to characterize this as a podcast that is being quarantined and dying, but not immediately dead.
Okay, all right.
because it did seem like Justin maybe was assuming that
we were done,
it's over.
No.
And instead there will be a protracted and painful kind of transitional.
We haven't pulled the plug.
The
podcast is still conscious, even.
Right. Yeah. And so it will continue for a little while.
It's getting
longer.
shots in the stomach right now.
Gonna be
injections
performing
right in the stomach.
A tracheotomy next week.
Mm-hmm. There will be various, kind of certain aspects of the podcast may in the next few weeks kind of go offline. Mm-hmm. We'll lose its ability to swallow, things like that. But these are things that will happen over time. Here he goes. Justin's comment on episode 99, The Moon. It's over. It's really over. I guess I'm going back to my mom with all my questions now. Oh, she'll be thrilled. Justin, shut up and mow your bed. Justin, shut up and brush your face. Justin, just shut up about your stupid questions and unload the toilet already. Justin's comment on episode 99.
That is
Hey,
episode.
I prefer unloading the toilet to unloading the dishwasher.
Yeah.
Flush, and it's done.
And that's it. That's now that now that toilet's unloaded. Gabe, is that what you've found to be the case? So that's just kind of with your recent situation
What do
with
you-
chickens and
No, like I
everything.
said, if it was in the toilet, I'd be so
Yeah, okay,
grateful.
Yeah,
I'd love that.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't wash my dishes in the toilet. Although now it's giving me an idea. It seems pretty easy. Just pour some soap in there and flush
Yeah.
a couple of times. And
yeah.
Put some soap in the top in the tank.
Oh,
Yes.
good idea,
So it comes
Josh.
out frothy.
Now it's all frothy.
I don't know if frothy's the word. Maybe foamy's better.
It's foamy and frothy.
Frothy.
Frothy does
No,
usually
here's an
refer-
idea. If you want it to be frothy, milk and soap.
That's true.
Now that's a froth.
Nothing froths like milk.
Nothing froths like milk, soapy milk.
Yeah. Does eggs froth?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
you can froth.
Put some
we'd
eggs
say.
in too. I don't care. It's not my
I
toilet.
mean, who cares?
It's your toilet, dude. Put some egg. Put some
Go
milk,
ahead.
some eggs in. Dude, put some cocoa powder in there.
You got
Make
a toilet
frickin'
cake.
yeah.
Freaking.
With flour. Let's put some flour in if we want a cake, though.
Flourless,
You would. You,
Oh,
gluten free.
so just flourless, as in like, just no flour at all,
Yeah, it's gluten free.
It's gluten free.
but no substitute flour.
No, it's a gluten free flourless cake.
Listen,
just-
this
just-
is a health conscious situation.
Right.
Yeah.
When you're making something to eat in a toilet.
Just the batter coming out the side.
Don't want gluten. That'll
Like
make you
just
sick.
batter dripping down the sides of the
Yeah.
to meat in the middle.
It's quite an image.
This week, our question, it had to be joy.
Oh, for 100?
Definitely.
For 100.
Absolutely.
And this is probably the last joy question on the podcast that we'll ever have. But for episode 100, it had to be joy. Joy and congrats, Joy and Steven.
Yes, congratulations.
And I'm sure Joy would have preferred to maybe make something more tailor-made to the episode and the moment, but there was no way we were going to bother her as someone who has been recently delivered of a baby to do anything like that. So
Sure.
that is just how that falls out. But luckily, we do have a question from Joy, and we'll be dealing with that directly.
I saw a man wearing a striped t-shirt and skinny jeans, and he was walking with what looked like a very long cane. And he was walking very healthily, so it didn't look like he needed a cane. It looked like it was a something he thought that he needed, but I'm not sure what for. Fashion, maybe trying to make canes fashionable again. I don't remember when canes were fashionable. Were they ever a fashion, or just like I always thought of them as an accessory for some clothes. What, in your guys' opinion, was the best era of clothing for men?
What, in our opinion, is the best era of clothing for men? That's Joy's ultimate question, but she did see somebody walk around with a cane.
Healthily.
Healthily.
Which
Healthily.
I'm curious to know what that is.
I think she means he's walking in a way that
No,
doesn't make sense for him to have a cane.
Right.
He doesn't need
Yeah.
the cane to
It's
walk.
not clear that he needs that cane. That it's, yeah.
It's
Is that?
like-
Does that make sense, Gabe?
I mean,
just
it
want to make
does.
sure.
It
He's
does
not
make
leaning
sense.
on the cane
Right.
so
Yeah.
much. It's sort of
There's
just
no
there.
limp.
No limp.
That makes sense.
He maybe has sort of a determined stride.
Yes. But there was just a part of me that was wondering if somebody saw me walking, what are the chances that they would describe it as healthily?
Yeah, I think. I
It's
think I
probably
would
pretty
say that.
slim,
No,
but But I mean, I don't know. Is there something that communicate?
Yeah.
Is it like a jaunty gait?
Yeah.
What is it?
I think
That
it is.
communicates
I'm
health.
thinking. I mean, I'm picturing
Rather than just the absence of a handicap.
a clear.
It's
handicap.
like this guy's healthy. He's walking.
Well, usually it's the clothes you wear when you
it's the
walk.
clothes.
Oh, okay.
That definitely helps to like, because what I'm thinking of, I mean, it has to be in the Disney Treasure Island. I'm thinking of sort of
Yeah.
a sailor, probably somewhat high ranking. We're talking maybe a first mate, maybe even in kind of the captain.
Sure.
Yeah.
But he has a jaunty
Wooden leg.
No, not a wooden leg. No, that Caleb. What I'm trying to describe somebody whose walk is unencumbered by like any particular ailment or injury. Okay.
Right.
And this guy, he's got
Wooden foot.
no, he's got no part of his anatomy has been replaced with any pieces of wood.
So he's a sailor, though?
He's a sailor.
Okay.
He has knee pants. He has a long kind of, I think we would say like a colonial, like a jacket with tails.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And he's holding, this guy I think is even holding a
A
cane.
piece of wood.
Okay, wow.
Yes.
but his anatomy has not been in any way like sort of augmented by this wood.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
cane is sort of flapping around
Yeah.
carelessly. He doesn't have to like, he's not using it. And it just adds a certain amount of joie de vivre to his
Right.
and it's a jaunty step that he makes his way with. Does that make sense? That's to me is a picture of health.
I mean, it's really it is
man-
very specific.
a man
I like the
walking around
specificity.
on a ship.
Not on a
Yeah.
ship. He's
a boat.
the-
He's not on the boat.
no,
he's a sailor.
not- he's a sailor.
He's on shore leave.
He's on shore leave.
Okay.
Maybe not even really on leave. Maybe he's just
retired.
he's just going.
retired
no,
sailor.
this is a moment in his life.
Okay.
He's on land. He's
Okay.
walking around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So he's like between assignments.
And he's using
Maybe.
he's using two sticks to sort of catapult
No,
himself.
it's just
That's how it's a big walk.
no. It's a healthy walk. It doesn't need the stick,
Yeah.
but he probably has one.
Okay.
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 Yeah. I think I'm getting the picture now.
That's
Cane-
who I'm thinking. That's an unencumbered healthsome walk.
Yeah.
Okay.
This man has
I mean, I agree.
arms sort of
Okay.
Yeah.
Bouncing.
bouncing from side to side,
You might think of a
like,
song.
whistling a merry tune, perhaps.
Yes, there's like a song playing in the background.
Yeah.
There's people singing around him. and
Sure.
The
Yeah.
baker puts his head
No,
out the
this
window.
is not. No, this is
It's
not
not a Disney
Beauty and the
film.
Beast.
Okay.
It is a Disney film. It's
Oh,
Disney's
yeah,
Treasure
Disney's
Island.
Oh,
Treasure
I'm
Island.
sorry.
He's walking Jim Hawkins.
Well, this would be probably someone slightly older than
Who
Jim
is that
Hawkins.
guy?
I don't
forget
remember.
his name. He's a
Trelawney.
captain. No. Oh, maybe.
I can't
forget
remember.
him.
Anyway,
It's not Long John Silver.
it's
though.
definitely not Long
He has
John
a bad
Silver.
walk.
Because he has
He's a
bad
bad
walk.
man.
He's got
bad walk.
leg.
He's got two things against him. One is his peg wooden leg doesn't it barely has a leg even at all
Yeah.
on the one side, and then he also does have big crutch that is using like a cane.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah. Okay. Long John Silver.
Yeah.
Why even have the peg? You got to use the crutch.
Does he even use the peg? Maybe he doesn't have
He's
a peg
got to
leg.
use. He does.
Maybe he just
mm,
has the leg up behind him.
Oh, maybe he
and
does.
Then it's just the crutch.
Okay, that makes more sense.
That could be that.
That makes more sense.
We'll have to review the movie and get back to you guys.
I would say, yeah, if you are a man who's dressing and you have a peg leg,
Yeah.
don't also use a crutch. That's just confusing.
Yeah.
We're kind of like, well, what's the point of the peg if you got to have a crutch too?
Right.
Just don't use a peg.
Yeah. You could. I'm imagining a situation where maybe they serve two different functions. One is for fast travel, and one is for just kind
It's
of
like different gears in a
limping
car.
around. These are two
Yeah.
different gears in a car.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to sort of get your momentum up with the
And Gabe would
little
know about
leg.
that.
Yep, about having gears in a car.
Gears in a car and how that affects a man if the man is a car or has
Right.
been a car.
Oh,
or has
okay,
a car. How do the gears affect a man? game.
Well, I mean, that's exactly what you guys, just the same
Yeah.
way you guys described
Described it.
It's that one's fast and then the other one is a little faster.
okay, so it's fast. If you're a guy who was a car, will be a car once.
Well, sure, yeah.
Have you seen this kind of thing? Have you seen people walking around with canes even though they don't need it because they think that they are upping like a certain,
Okay.
that they're improving the general level of discourse around clothing, men's fashion?
I can't say that I've seen it recently,
Yeah.
specifically
I've seen
in
it
our
in the
fair
past.
town. What? Where? Here?
Well, I just mean like a documentary footage. A guy has a straw hat and
Yeah.
a cane.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know,
in the
watch
past.
the Music Man.
Yeah. This man has not only a straw hat, but he also has a cane, kind
Did
of
it
a thin stick. I would say.
Communicate status of some kind, maybe.
I'm
at the
so
time?
rich. I have a piece of wood.
Yeah.
I'm so rich, I can afford to walk around with this annoying piece of wood that I have to constantly remember
To not forget.
to not forget.
Was there some reason like okay, you got a cane? Was there maybe some kind of like big scare, like you might limp at any time and you can't let someone see you limp?
Well,
so keep a cane here.
Maybe
close by.
maybe it is a time when, say, gout was just sudden
Okay.
attacks of gout
Yeah.
common.
were and you just never know.
Right.
You're gonna need a cane if
Might
you
need
got
a
gout.
cane. Now-
For sure.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've ever used a cane is during a bout of gout.
Yeah,
A
a
gout
gout
bout?
bout.
Yeah.
I mean,
it
that's
knocks me out every time, too.
Yeah, dude.
I hardly ever win those.
freaking gout battle knock you out.
Yeah, that's about it's something like 5-0 in favor of gout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gout is winning.
Gout's
Yeah, what's the
I-
over under? Don't even ask.
Don't
so-
even ask.
It's not good.
Yeah.
I don't even know how
Until-
to say one of those.
Actually, maybe do ask. This time I'm going to try
Really hard. You're gonna beat gout.
I will say I don't have gout constantly, so I'm
Yeah.
beating it in that way.
Right.
But when it happens, I'm never like
That's true.
just act like I don't have gout.
If it was like every single day was a match between you and gout,
Right.
you would be crushing gout.
I'm winning it a little
Yeah,
bit,
yeah.
but when it really gets going,
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah.
I'm getting my cane.
Yeah,
Yeah, the cane.
Borrowing a cane from my mom.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, well, yeah. She's famously has a whole store of them because that's her preferred method of discipline.
Yeah.
Right.
Is,
Caning.
is just like in Singapore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you go. Yeah, it's kind of a scary room, the cane room
Cane room.
in
Yeah.
the basement.
Yep.
It's an
Long.
important room.
Very important. I mean, it's good that it's scary.
Well, it's certainly I'm on my best behavior whenever
Yeah.
I'm even thinking about the cane room.
Oh yeah, I go over and mom's like, "Hey," and I'm like hanging out for a little bit, and then I do something that I'm not sure was the right thing to do, and the mom's like,
Mom sort of
wanna-
makes a gesture towards like she's gonna get up and go to the cane room
She
and I correct my behavior immediately.
real fast.
I put my son down and don't play airplane with him
Right.
anymore. Like, near the fancy china.
Near
Okay.
and mother's best silver.
Which is like it's silver. It's not going to get if it gets banged up.
Yeah, if my
It's
kid
not good.
flies into it,
It'd still be
what's the
fine.
big deal, Mom?
Might need to polish it, Mom.
Caleb, be so careful as you're.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does
I mean-
listen, doesn't she?
Well, I just don't want you to have to imagine her just heading towards the cane room,
Yeah.
opening the door.
And you
Just
know,
just
I've had
keep
to.
the
Go ahead.
image of her grasping the key that she wears on a
Yeah.
necklace
Yeah.
around her neck that says
kind of fidgeting with the
Yeah. I mean,
playing
look,
with
I had to lie to her.
Mhm.
This is gonna blow up my spot big time,
Yeah.
but I feel like the truth should be out there, and I'm sorry, Mom, but I had to lie to you
Thank you for your
to
honesty.
get the cane to say that I need some help disciplining my kids,
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
and so that's why she gave me the cane because
Mm-hmm.
if I just told her it was for gout, she might
Right.
not give me the cane.
Yeah. She'd probably say something like, "Well, you probably deserve it." So something like that.
Yeah. You'd probably say, you probably deserve it just like you deserve this.
Yeah, canes. And then I grab the cane and run away. And
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's I don't think canes. I think as an accessory, it's a little bit much.
Yeah. It's a lot. I was wondering if maybe the idea of a sword cane
Yeah.
was
Yes.
the source of like the utility of a cane.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
makes sense to me.
Yeah.
To have
A sword all the
a
time.
sword all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's another thing that I was thinking about where we're at with men's fashion is we don't
Where do you put a
incorporate
sword?
weapons
Maybe-
into our dress anymore.
Yeah.
Where it used to
Yeah.
be a pretty common thing. There are lots of eras where you just have you have a scabbard attached to your belt.
There's that whole handshake
There's a whole handshake
where you grasp like the forearm of the other
Exactly.
person to check if they had,
any
A
concealed
sword cane up
daggers.
there?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think getting a sword cane all
He's
the way
like,
up there would be kinda
you're like
tricky.
you're like grabbing and you're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just
Yeah.
a cane. No,
Yeah,
no problem.
never mind.
Or
Oh, you just have a cane up your sleeve. That's fine.
some cane.
You
have.
could. Oh, what you couldn't tell by like the 3 feet of cane sticking out of the end of my sleeve.
Extendable cane.
This is a telescoping cane.
Telescoping cane couldn't be a cane sword.
Unless it's a telescoping sword.
Telescoping sword inside
Yes,
the telescoping
exactly.
cane. And that's
Yeah.
the new fashion. I don't know.
Well, I don't. Is it the new fashion? How often are we seeing concealed telescoping?
I'm saying we
canes
start it
with
now.
telescoping swords. I
I'm
see.
saying
I see.
we
Yes.
start it.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm saying, look, like you said,
Yeah.
maybe the cane is just a way to conceal
Right.
a sword, so you can always have a sword.
Yes.
And these days, now it's about guns,
Right.
and you could have a big gun inside a cane. I guess that's true. Kind of a long
Yeah.
gun.
You could have a long gun.
Yeah,
I
or
don't
even
know
a
how
short
big
gun.
it will be, but it would
What if
have
it
to
was
be
A long taser too.
See,
I feel
that's-
like that would seem
okay.
pretty
So
good.
this
Cattle
is
prod.
something that
Yeah, sort of a cattle prod.
this is
situation.
something that I've
And I
actually
actually do
been
want to get
talking
back to
to.
telescopes.
Okay, let's go
Just
back to telescopes. But
quickly.
I just wanted to get it out there. I've been talking to some of my friends over at Patagonia, and I'm developing a modern piece of clothing that does some of this that we're talking about. That
Yeah.
has, say, certain elements of what we're talking about integrated directly into it. Because I think it's where men's dress has really kind of fallen off. Is
Yeah.
that we no longer have
The utility.
ornate, gun belts
Yeah.
and
Right.
things. When we want to, as men, when we want to wear a big gun and go walk around, show everybody that we've got this huge gun,
Yeah.
we have to.
Like a Joker style gun where the barrel's super
Okay,
long.
yeah.
we
with a-
look so stupid
Yeah.
whenever we do it as men. And we used to be able to look really beautiful and have an ornate
Yeah.
piece of leather craftsmanship.
Well,
with a-
if
with a
I could
holster.
just tie some of these ideas up together,
Yeah.
when
Do what to 'em?
just tie them together, so, and you'll see what I mean in just a minute. Here.
Okay.
We were talking about cattle prods,
Yes.
and tasers,
Tasers.
and then we were talking about telescopes, and then I thought of funny gag gift for
Right.
your astronomy obsessed friend.
Uh,
Is a
I'm
telescope.
thinking of one. I'm thinking of an astronomy obsessed friend right now.
a telescoping like buzzer thing that zaps
It's a
them.
telescope, but when you put your eye up, it shocks the hell out of your
Oh
eye.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, it just
That's
shocks you.
Yep. So and so you're sitting there going,
Hey, why didn't you take a look
Yeah.
at the Orion's belt?
Yeah.
yeah. I wonder if anything interesting's happened to the surface of the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check out Cassiopeia lately.
Shocked. Ow.
Yep.
My eye got shocked.
Yep.
Now I can't even.
Blasted
and
eye
it's a
got
good telescope,
shocked.
too.
Yeah. This is a great. Oh, so you're actually selling the entire telescope and not just an attachment that goes over
It's
the
a whole
eyepiece
telescope.
that
Yeah.
shocks somebody. I see.
Yeah,
Mike-
well,
Mike-
that's what would be my idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My question about
and then
telescopes.
it shoots out a flag that says shock, too. When
Zap.
it shocks you, it shoots a flag
Could
out
it
the
say
front.
zap? Can you get it customized?
You can get it customized. You can choose
There are
between
options.
zap
15
and shock. That's it.
Okay, that's not really customized. That's options. But
Custom.
Two options.
Your custom choice of options.
okay. Customize your choice.
Customize. You may, by selecting one of these options, customize your choice.
I was going
You
to say
don't have
though,
to choose the default.
Right,
about telescopes, how it's funny because we use that word to describe that item, but
Yeah.
it doesn't describe anything about what it's actually used for.
Right.
Yeah, it does.
No.
Your vision, the scope.
Yeah,
Your vision is
right,
getting
on a
spoiled.
telescope,
It's
but
getting
he's saying
pushed
when
out
you,
there.
when you have a telescoping
ref-
cane that doesn't
Right.
enhance your
We're
vision.
talking
Why
about
is it
telescoping
telescoping?
is the
Yeah.
the ability to like collapse
It's a
and be like
euphemism.
self-contained and open up, because it's like
It's a
it'd be
euphemism.
like calling a box or like a chest like a latch.
Yeah.
What?
Think about it. It's
No.
like that's how it's closed and opened is
Yeah.
by telescoping,
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
and a chest is closed and opened by latching it.
Yeah, so
Well, it's
it'd be
not
like,
closed and open by latching it.
No,
It's closed and
no.
open based
I
on the
guess it's-
hinge.
I guess that. Okay, so
Hinge.
there you go. So
yeah,
it's a hinge.
Yeah.
And that's and they have people have used that word for a different thing, which is a dating app.
right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
so we are doing that.
okay.
And
That's
as far
true.
as I'm concerned, just one of the worst dating apps.
Oh yeah. Me, married man.
Married man,
No
never
one wants
used an
to,
app.
No one
Never-
wants to go on a date with me when I put married in my profile.
Yeah.
I just can't stand Hinge.
Yeah.
The other
Look.
ones seem fine.
Look.
Hinge is the one I have a problem with.
I may be trying to date outside of my marriage, but I'm not going to lie
Right.
about being married.
Sure.
No way.
Come on.
I'm putting married in there. Can you put married in your profile when you go on a date?
Probably these days,
You could just
given what
Yeah.
people are
It's complicated. I
doing,
think.
it's complicated.
It's
Yeah.
complicated.
Do they have that option still? Hopefully.
I just put that I love that movie. It's
Or
complicated.
Yeah. Yes.
married, and then it's like the option is legally.
right. Yep.
Okay.
Legally married, but
My
it's
heart's not
starting
in
to it's legally married, but it's getting complicated.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm illegally married.
actually very complicated by this very the existence of this very dating profile.
Yeah, married in defiance to the laws of the state.
Yeah, let's not describe how.
Ow. One thing that I was thinking, so I just a few initial ideas is I think that there are probably any era of men's fashion where you could wear a huge codpiece and no
Yes.
underwear.
Yep. You and I are right on the
Very
same page.
that to me is probably I would view that as a more elevated period
Okay.
of men's fashion. Just huge codpiece and no underwear.
I mean, I like that because that fits with what I was thinking of, which was a gourd.
Yeah.
A gourd?
I think a gourd in a pinch is going to make a great codpiece.
Where's that?
Well, that's what some guys wear even today.
Sorry,
some
where's your
guys
pinch?
wear some guys wear a dried out gourd,
Right.
Okay.
and that's it.
Just
No underwear.
one of those.
Just a gourd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And specifically, I'm not saying that we don't have to be decent when we go out in public.
Sure,
So it sounds
sure.
like you're saying this guy's just wearing a gourd.
That
Well,
sounds
I-
pretty
and that's
indecent.
not really what I'm saying. I'm saying you can wear other clothes, like thin tights.
Not
Yes.
my guy.
See, this was actually exactly what I was thinking.
But you don't have to wear any underwear, and everybody thinks that's good and that's fine.
Fine.
And it's
Yeah.
okay.
Totally fine. That's cool for your guy. My guy is not doing that. My guy just wears a gourd.
I don't think that
And
that's
anything else, because then if you wear anything else, then he is wearing underwear.
I disagree.
So this way he doesn't wear underwear
No.
when he just wears
That's
a gourd.
not
When
really
you're
how
wearing
underwear works.
jeans and no underwear.
Yeah,
it's
we
not
don't
like
go,
I'm wearing a pair of underwear.
Well, no, because there's
so
nothing over the
stupid.
jeans. But if you put sweatpants over the jeans, now the
you're wearing
jeans are
No,
underwear.
disagree. There's different types of garments that are made for different purposes.
Right, but then the context of those garments would change. Like you might have a really long shirt that you just stuff down your pants.
Right.
Now that's your underwear.
Well, no, but that's the point is that we just don't have to ever have another conversation about whether or not I'm wearing underwear.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
let's put that to bed.
For me,
culturally.
one way you do that is you just wear a gourd. No one's ever asked you if
I
you
like
are.
I like
or
that
if
as a
you're
solution
not.
for you.
Yeah.
I love it as a solution
What-
for you.
just
for
It's
my
just
guy.
not going to work
Yeah.
for me
Yeah.
because I don't believe that I'm just not as comfortable with my body and just displaying it, and it's every nuance everywhere I go.
And
No, look,
also,
look.
Caleb, doesn't the gourd become underwear if it's what you're wearing?
No,
As
but you're not wearing anything else.
so
You're just wearing a
just-
gourd, dude.
No, it sounds like you're just wearing underwear.
No.
By your logic.
You're
You're
'cause
just
wearing.
there's nothing over it.
You're
just
just wearing-
wearing a gourd.
You can wear You can go around just wearing
Yeah.
underwear. People do that.
I would say that that then if you're just wearing underwear, it's not really underwear anymore. You might say that on the tag, but the way that you're using the underwear.
Sorry.
I
Your
just want to.
clothing, it's like you take a shirt out of the closet, it says shirt on the tag, and you're like, okay, good. Right.
Right. Well, I don't know. The branding, I guess,
Okay,
might say
yeah.
this is underwear, but then you choose not to wear it like underwear. And now, is it still underwear?
Our new clothing brand. This is
I
man,
actually like
I
that.
do, yeah.
This is
This
underwear.
is underwear. And then, look, this isn't my thing, but if we're coming up with ideas for this new company,
Uh-huh.
it's called This is Underwear, and it just has a dried out gourd.
and it's confusing.
Yeah, it's
People
got
don't fully understand.
dried out gourd with like leather straps around
Okay.
it. Yeah.
I like
Okay,
it.
that's interesting.
One
Leather
pitch though.
straps.
What if it
What
says
is it?
now this is
now
underwear?
this is underwear. Yeah.
Or something.
Well,
I think
It's
I
so-
think you have both brands.
Yeah.
It's a website you go to, and it starts off with on the page it says this is underwear, and it's got a question mark, and you scroll down, and then it's a picture of just like tidy whities.
Yeah.
And then you scroll down a little more, and you know how it doesn't feel like you're going down the page, but like
Right.
the page
Stuff
is
is
moving,
moving
up.
up.
It's just
Yeah.
like scrolling up.
Yeah.
So then what scrolls up into view? The
gourd.
phrase, now this
Oh,
is
okay.
underwear, exclamation point, and you scroll
See-
up, and then there's a picture
So-
of dried gourd.
Yeah,
Hollowed
I
out
think that's
gourd.
good. I would
Yeah.
even add another layer to it,
Okay.
which is maybe there's this is underwear, and it shows some underwear.
Yeah.
Then there's kind of some more. You go down further,
Yeah, yeah.
and there's kind of some more interesting underwear.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
that show up,
comes
and it says now this is underwear, and then it goes down even further, and it has the dry gourd, and it says now that's what I call underwear.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think we're ready for this kind of
Yeah.
change. I mean, that's going to give you, if you wore a gourd as underwear, it's going to
Okay,
give you
but-
sort of the same effect as the cod
As a
piece.
cod piece,
That's
yeah.
great, but the question wasn't what needs to happen in menswear.
No, you're right.
You know, men's fashion.
When was the
What
most...
was the best era?
Was the
So,
best era, I think,
Yeah.
and I think
Was
so.
there a gourd era that I'm not aware
Well,
of?
there was, and there still is, in some parts of the world.
in some parts of the world, they're going to be focusing on the gourd is going to make up a huge percentage.
Just
of,
think about,
yeah,
you go in,
men's fashion.
you wake up, you wake up in the morning, and you go and you look in your closet, and you just, all you have to choose is one of your gourds.
You open it up and there's like a little like rattling from all the gourds clanking into each other,
Yeah.
like the hollow, like
Yeah, all you have
And
to
you
choose
kind
is a gourd.
and you and it kind of
Yeah.
has it
Yeah.
it goes around in a circle.
It's like a
there's,
tie.
There's a
like Ferris Bueller,
Yeah.
tie, or maybe Royal Tenenbaums.
Royal Tending
Right.
Bombs.
And it goes around, and the gourds all pretty much look the same, but
Right.
you're being pretty careful about
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
one you actually want to wear today.
Yeah, you might give it a little sniff.
Butternut today, I think. I know it's a squash, but there's kind
Oh,
of the
you
same
can.
idea.
Hey, look, I'm gonna allow
Yeah.
that.
in a pinch.
Just a
Yeah,
pumpkin.
so we're going to be really specific about what underwear is and that it's a gourd, but then when it comes to defining the gourd, it's like it could be a squash.
Hey, it could be a squash. That's fine. Hey, look, just as long as it's
Who's
comfortable
counting?
and protective. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the whole point of
Yeah.
it.
One thing I was thinking is, in some ways, we're poised at a moment where this era that we live in could be the best era for men's fashion.
Wow, that's true.
Because, just think about it. When so often when we see men dressed, they're dressed in Kirkland clothes
Yep.
and Skechers.
Yep.
that is so close to me
Yeah.
to being just about perfect. But frequently, especially in like maybe if you're thinking about we've lost some of that masculine dress where we no longer incorporate weapons directly into our clothing.
Yeah.
We could do that. Like there's just a few things. Like I said, I've been talking to Patagonia, and I made certain suggestions, and we're working really closely together. I think we could be on to something. So this is like for urban adventures, for going into the city. You can't do this anymore in America in just normal style. You have to have some kind of elevated style. So I think a fleece that has that has a taser that's actually incorporated into it. It's going to be a very strong.
You like shock them when you
value.
hug people or so? What is it?
Well, this is just if you come upon a situation with the unhoused.
Yeah.
You're in your shirt or in
One
your
sleeve at least.
Yeah, it's got a built-in taser gun, and that's not it.
If they're like threatening you in some way.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah,
is not
yeah.
just for fun to go in and
Good.
Well, we don't know how people
Good.
are going to use it.
but that's not. I do want to get out in front of it just because you both have really quickly got right to like kind of zeroed in on that. That's not the plan. Is not to go abuse the
Right.
unhoused. But if they do become in some way a threat, then
Right.
you do have recourse.
if they're trying to be housed near you,
Right. If they're
like forcibly trying to be housed.
like in my car or whatever. So that's just a tasteful fleece that has a taser that's part of it.
You don't see it coming.
They don't see it coming. Also, I would have a place where you could latch in bear spray into part of it, and then it has tubes goes all the way up into the sleeves, and then in the cuff of the sleeve, you can just there's a little button, and you can.
But we're not calling it bear spray. We got a different name for it now because of how we're probably going to use it if we need to.
Well, see, what I was thinking is that this is. I would love to hear what that idea is, but I was thinking it could be bear spray because some of these urban centers, say in Detroit, do contain. The bears have moved back in.
Yeah.
So it could be you could actually maybe you do need to prepare for being a bear, but in a pinch, nobody's going to really give you a second glance if you're spraying a guy in the face with bear spray.
Right.
Yeah, but I just don't want to dehumanize the person by
The
spraying them
unhoused
with,
person.
The unhoused person by spraying them with bear spray. I want to spray them with bum spray.
Okay.
Bum spray.
Just the that's just that way. Then you're spraying them with something that recognizes them as a human.
Yeah. Well, I mean, recognize them a bum.
Yeah.
Or we could change the
with-
name. It doesn't have to be bum. Could be
Yeah, it could. Well, I think it could be.
could be called cotton breeze.
Cotton
it's-
breeze spray for humans.
Yeah.
What if it's
Man spray.
hobo go? I don't know.
Yeah.
Hobo go. That's
Like
pretty
it's like
good.
get away, like go
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
But hobos they work.
They like to go. That's
Hobos
their whole
work.
thing.
That's
They're
the thing.
they're on the
Going
move.
on the
These
move.
hobos. So that does work really well. But that's not primarily who we're thinking about. A lot of these guys are having real substance abuse issues.
Sure.
And so that could also be incorporated into the fleece. And so I think in situations where you need to have some kind of evasive maneuver, you know how it works with jets when you're in a dogfight and they've locked the homing missile, target acquired. It's coming right for you, but then you can let out chaff, and then the homing missiles actually go towards the chaff because that's their heat seeker goes towards the chaff, blows up in the chaff. And so that's what I'm thinking. You need something like that. So this also has a little button where you can just press a button and it lets out a bunch of little packets of fentanyl.
Okay, good.
But guess what?
What?
Now they're distracted with it. But joke's on them. It's not fentanyl. It's just heroin.
Yeah. Okay. Look, I like that. Now,
good.
I think you should have the option to use real fentanyl, But if you use that option,
Yeah.
then you also get a dose of the resuscit. Whatever
Well, I was
that
gonna
resuscit-
say-
Narcan.
You get some Narcan that comes.
I'd
and you
actually
should actually just
considered-
have Narcan.
I was actually
on
considering that
Yeah.
should be another thing.
left sleeve.
I know
is
it sounds
Narcan,
crazy, but I did think
I
of
was
that.
gonna
left
say
sleeve is
that,
Narcan.
yeah.
Right sleeve
Exactly.
is
Yep.
Hobo Go.
Don't
Yeah.
get them mixed up,
Yeah.
No.
right?
No.
So anyway, that was. I think we're not there, but we could be there
Yeah.
if we just make a few kind of adjustments for our context.
Yeah.
To have weapons in, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think a big thing these days that's just so good to see is, adults and, men, women do it too, but definitely men out there just wearing pajama pants as casual wear. It's really nice to see that. And I think it's symbolically very, very good, very encouraging.
This
to
is
see.
a society that is willing to be this vulnerable with everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Just willing to just be like, this is what I look like.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah.
I look bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, well-
and I'm fine with that.
I'm
And I'm
fine
fine
with
with
that.
you knowing that.
And the
it's
kind
good.
of like ego that it takes, because okay, one way I get around this is I wear pajamas kind of around, but my pajamas are they look like athletic gear,
Yeah.
Okay.
so it kind of hides that. I could have just been running or doing something athletic. People are, oh, whatever, who cares? If you see someone out running errands in athletic gear, no big deal.
Right.
That's one way you can get around this.
That's
You
one
get
way you can get around it.
comfortable and look like you're an athlete of some kind. But these guys don't even think about that, and they just
Right.
wear things that look like pajamas,
yeah.
They're just
like SpongeBob, Squidward
Yes.
pants,
and which is so cool that now, and that's what we're saying is that actually is adding up to a great culture of men's fashion, where because again, what we're all saying to each other is, look at me, I look bad. Isn't it nice that we can share that together?
but it's
Right.
just the truth.
It's just the truth.
It's
This is
not-
what I look like when I wear stupid pajama
Yeah.
pants all the time.
These are the pants that I probably fart in the most.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Oh,
You know?
yeah. If I look, I actually am afraid to try different pants because I don't know what's going to happen if I, yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
that there's aspects of these pants that are mitigating certain other things.
Look, I'm wearing these
Right.
pants. It looks like it's kind of like the Batman of pants.
Yeah.
Where it's like, this is like it seems like I'm doing bad stuff, but I'm actually saving the city.
Oh, okay.
Like, I know you don't
Yes.
think I need to wear these pants, but I do. And
But-
trust me, if I didn't wear these pants, it would be bad for all of us.
I do want to go back to certain to just kind of focus on Joy's question again, because I know that there is a sort of era of men's clothing that I do particularly like, and it is probably somewhere in the early 20th century. So it's probably within the 1900. So I guess maybe this is Edwardian if we're thinking in terms of
Very
British.
early.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just basically any time that a person looks like they're dressed in such a way that they're about to cross a small body of water.
Yeah.
They're prepared for that. Actually, recently I watched The Ballad of Wallace Island
Oh, yeah.
movie with Tim Key and Tom Basden, and the dress is not exactly that, but it put me in mind of any kind of setting where you're in a you're in a seaside setting, but it's not warm or hospitable
Right.
in any way.
Yeah.
I want to dress if I could wear any kind of clothing, it would be clothing that's acceptable in that sense.
There you go.
Suspenders, shirt,
Definitely we're focusing on
pants probably too.
thick
for wearing
sweater. I'm
suspenders.
going to throw in some pants.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
And-
for me.
Suspenders, no pants.
Yeah.
Pretty weird.
It's different, but I mean, you could just be trying to hold your underwear up.
Yeah, like a kilt,
Yeah, maybe.
suspendered kilt.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever made like a Oshkosh, overall kilt?
They have to have. I mean, yeah, denim. I mean, that's the
Like
denim
an
jumper.
overall skirt.
Yeah, okay, there's a denim jumper, but for men.
Yeah. This would be the ideal
It's a kilt.
sort of Scottish homeschool father would be wearing this.
Yeah, but I agree with that. I also think there's one piece of film that sticks out to me in North by Northwest where Cary Grant is changing his shirt.
Yep.
And he puts on his new fresh, clean shirt, and he just has to tuck in so much, probably 70% of the shirt is tucked into his pants. And that's a result of his shirt being completely huge and voluminous, but like still tailored to him in some way, and also his pants being very
so
high
high.
up.
Yeah.
Very high up. And this is something that I just, as a man with large hips, I just wish that I could get my hands on some big high-waisted pants.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, man,
I'd love to slide into a pair of
I'd do more than
Cary
put my
Grant's
hands on
pants
them.
Right.
in
Yeah.
a totally normal way, not in a weird way. I'd love to put his pants on.
Yes. Let's walk a day in his pants.
Right.
And
It
Grant's
doesn't have to be a
pants.
mile. Just walk a day.
Cary Grant pants.
Yeah. The okay, see, I like this era that you're talking about too.
Yeah.
And even that one maybe sort
Okay,
of.
Caleb's
but-
pointing at me. He pointed at Josh
Yeah,
first. I like the
pointing
era
at
that
us.
Josh is talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
And maybe Gabe's era also.
Maybe
Yeah.
too. We'll see when I
Okay.
say what I say.
Yeah. I can't
Which
wait.
is kind of how conversation works.
Certainly.
So, okay. Listen.
Step one.
So what happens is when the guys are wearing these clothes that you're talking about, Josh,
Mm-hmm.
I like an era when even the bums look kind of dressed up.
Ah.
And even when you see like a man from that era
Right.
and he's a tattered old bum, he's wearing a nice suit that's a little tattery.
The dregs of society
But they still
look great.
better than now. I think that's a good marker of a good time in fashion. When even the guys who are bums look pretty good.
When you'd be
a
proud.
coworker, he
Yeah.
looks good.
You'd be proud just to look like a bum in that day and age.
He's not wearing like a Marvel shirt and
Right.
then going working in the coal
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
Yes.
a guy
Yes.
at the grocery store one time, and this man looked like he was
Only
50 years old, probably 50-year-old man. And I saw his T-shirt, and his T-shirt was a diagram of like how Optimus Prime is like put together, and I just was really inspired.
Wow. To do what?
Yeah, to live differently than this man. Ultimately, that's
You
what
know,
it comes down to.
I did want to know. It's a man that you feels like you should ask him a number
See-
of questions.
Yeah.
How? Listen.
Well, the
I
question I
need
won't
to
be asking
know-
him is how Optimus Prime is put together.
Yeah.
I
Don't
will
have
know.
to.
Helpful
He
diagram.
got tired of answering
Thank
that
you.
question
Yep.
and thought,
Oh, curious.
let's wear it on the shirt.
Yep. Then I can at least, when I do have to explain, I have a diagram.
I can just point.
Yeah. Now look, this is tricky because look, I also have a problem with people who are dressing their children unlike any other child.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're
sure.
like super nicely dressed and
Yeah.
they never wear, the kids never get to wear any of the superhero clothing they like
Sure.
because it looks bad, which
Yeah,
it does.
it does.
I
It
will,
looks really
I will
bad.
admit that. But I am a fan of letting my kid wear those clothes because they enjoy it and it
Yeah.
brings them joy.
Yeah.
And
Right.
sometimes when I see these families where they're
Right.
dressing their kids and it's like these kids aren't allowed to wear anything.
Unless mother
Unless
mother
mother
says
Mother says,
approves.
"Mother says I must look like an Eastern European
Immigrant.
immigrant
Yes.
at
I
all
must-
times,
Yes.
and I must only wear beige
Yep.
or greige," which my wife told me about.
Oh boy, greige. That sounds like
So-
I
or,
wanna-
or else I may see mother's hand stray toward the cane
Cane
room.
key.
Cane
the
key.
key to the cane room. Yes, exactly. Now look, this is kind of. But then, what if you let your kid do that all the time? They only ever wear their superhero clothes
Yeah.
and how Superman's put together.
Right.
Clothes. The shirt
Right.
that shows how Superman's put together.
Yeah,
And,
Yep. How do we put this
yeah.
Superman together?
It's anatomically correct.
Yeah.
And and then they grow up and they still do it. That's bad.
We got to avoid that.
think
When do you
so.
make the change over?
I don't know.
When they leave the
It's-
house, you're not allowed to buy.
I think there has to be a campaign. We ran into this with my son. It kind of shows up for you pretty obviously. I think we would take our kids to the Renaissance Fair in town. And we would allow them to dress up, typically in sort of a medievalish, Renaissance-y kind of way. And there was one year where I believe that whereas we just offered it as an option to our son, he might have felt somewhat like compelled to dress up for the Renaissance Fair. I think maybe he didn't understand where we were coming from when we said, "Do you want to dress up?" I think he was thinking we were like,
You must.
"You should
Now
do
dress
this."
up.
And he
Now
dressed
dress up for daddy.
Now I would love to see my special little guy put on
You say as you fondle the cane room key.
kid room key. It's a little. This twine is feeling a bit
Yeah.
itchy today.
Yeah.
I almost can't wait to access the kid room
Right.
key.
If I'm going to be taking it off anyway.
And so he did get dressed up, and he did go to the Renaissance Fair wearing kind of medievalish tights, kind of, and he had. And I didn't notice it at the time as much, but on looking back on photos, he looks deflated and defeated.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like he wishes that he had not put on any of
Put on
these clothes.
tights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he wishes he was wearing something. So I think that there's a natural shame that you should just kind of bolster by, making fun of your children when they wear something that looks stupid.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's one of Jordan Peterson's rules is.
Is that
don't
one of
let
the 12
One of
rules?
the 12 rules is don't let your
So-
kid wear something stupid.
Don't let your it's no joke when you let your child wear something stupid. How are you going to respect them when they're wearing something that makes them look like an idiot in front of you, makes them look stupid?
It messes with the dominance hierarchy. It makes your family in a lower part of the dominance hierarchy.
Dominance hierarchy. It's like Panksup said.
What constitutes
Jack Panksup.
what constitutes a dominance hierarchy?
Hey, what constitutes a dominance hierarchy? Guys, do we think that we have dealt with Joy's question adequately?
I think yes. I mean, my answer is going to be sort of vague and kind of piggyback off yours,
Yeah,
Josh,
yeah.
which
Yeah,
is
Josh.
just. But honestly, it is like for me any era where the lower tiers of society still look good.
Yeah.
Okay.
They still look like a hot
I'm-
slice of man pie.
I'm
Yeah.
liking the way that the dregs of society are putting themselves together.
Now
When
look,
the unhoused drip is on fire.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank
Not
goodness
on
you
fire.
can't smell them.
Right.
That might change my opinion, but I'm picturing a good smell.
I'm picturing a really wonderful smell is
Yeah.
what I'm just imagining it
Yeah.
looking at this smell.
Yeah.
These clothes look like they're well built,
Yeah.
well made. This guy, listen, look at how this bum is put together.
I'll have a t-shirt about that.
Yeah, I'd love to see a t-shirt about how is a turn of the century hobo put together.
I always picture those guys in barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good
Some of
clothing
them
too,
are in
though.
barrel.
That's just simple.
Yeah. Some of them
Nice.
living in a
Utility.
I do
Some of
wonder.
them living in a hogshead.
I wonder if they had this, if like other, like middle class people had the same response as we do to pajama pants. They see the barrel, they're like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
anything is
Sure, it's
acceptable
fine to
these
wear to
days.
bed.
You're going.
Yeah, we all wear barrels
You're going
to bed.
shopping in a barrel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to the market full of rotten food in a barrel.
We just, of course, when you're at home, you wear a barrel. It's the most comfortable clothing.
A barrel with straps. That's like the first utility kilt.
Yeah.
That's
That's the
That's what the kilt with. That's like it's like a wooden. You were talking about how wood. You were talking about wood earlier.
I said that none of.
It may have been mentioned.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's like a wooden clothing with straps is a barrel.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Yes, Caleb.
And so now that's just cool. I mean, and you can roll.
Anytime you're wearing a barrel, you're about 3 seconds from being able to just roll down any old
Honestly,
hill.
Always a possibility if you have a slight incline.
It's really all you need.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
basically it.
It's like a strange cane you wear. Helps you get around.
True.
Thanks for listening to Advanced Answering Techniques. Keep listening. We're going to have more episodes until we make the transition. But please do not send any of your questions in.
Ask Justin's mom.
Ask Justin's mom. She seems to have some good ideas about ways that you can fix your life. Guys, I did want to mention my Substack, sternson.substack.com. Caleb, anything about the Donut Council?
They're canceling the whole thing. We're not
Council's
donut
canceled.
sales. Yeah, the council canceled itself.
Yeah.
Okay, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. So they just looked at kind of the work we've done and how it seemed to have been detrimental to the sale of donuts and not helped at all. And so we canceled ourselves, and not just officially, but we did some things that would get us canceled.
Just to make it a little easier
Yeah, just to kind
for
of
that
get out of there.
particular pill to swallow.
Yeah.
And I did want to shout out.
So we could say we're
Okay.
stopping. Just wait. So we could say we're stopping,
Yeah.
not because we weren't effective,
Right.
but because we're evil.
the wrong kind of effective too.
Right. Yeah.
Sounds like.
You were,
We were just getting up to bad stuff in the donut council.
Okay, it was just kind of a.
It's one of those things where, sometimes you just you're not even you're trying to do the best, but you've just surrounded yourself with
So many
all
bad
kinds
people.
of bad influences on the Donut Council.
Well,
Yeah.
the point was like we were more okay with being seen as evil than as incompetent.
Yeah.
Okay, is it like the Sinister Seven or something? Like isn't that is that Spider-Man?
I don't know.
Where it's
Yeah,
like Green,
Doc Ock,
Green
I think,
Goblin
is
on his
part of
own is
it.
not
Yeah.
bad. He's he's bad, I guess, but he's not that bad.
Yeah.
But then you get him in with Doc Ock.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised
I
you
know.
know so much about who was on the donut.
Okay, so this seems like. I did want to shout out the Goat Cheese Oatmeal podcast.
Yes.
That's Stephen Enjoy's movie
Yes.
podcast. They recently had an episode, and Stephen accused me of knowing details about Mia Farrow's maybe. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was drug use history or something like that. He said that seems like something Gabe would know about,
Oh, wow.
and I don't know anything about that.
No.
So
You
I
sure?
just wanted to communicate about that in the most effective way I know, which is not to talk to Stephen when I see him in
Right.
person regularly, but through my podcast.
Yeah.
So
Address it here.
go listen to that podcast, though. It's great.
Please
yeah.
do.
I love the podcast.
Goat Cheese Oatmeal. And it'll surprise you to learn it's about movies.
We do have a radio play, guys. Let's crack
yeah.
right into it here.
One of my favorite things about these radio plays is that I, not often when you're an adult man do you get to play, but I really feel like I'm playing.
We
when I
get to
do this.
play when we do this. It's a radio play, and so please enjoy the radio play House Hunting from Advanced Answering Techniques. A real estate agent leads a tall, dark-haired man into yet another room in a nice suburban home.
If you look around a riddle.
It sounded like you were trying to get away with something, Gabe.
Yeah.
What? This is the way this real estate agent sounds.
Look, you're playing. This is called acting. You don't just be yourself. You're being someone else.
Okay, this is a cold read. My character's name is Pat. If you look around a little bit, you can see this a room. Very nice for you have a guest, make a lunch or dinner, eat with a guest, have a drink, basically relax.
Now this is a really
No,
nice.
Caleb, sorry.
Okay.
You're reading this wrong.
Okay.
You
Oops.
should. That's okay. I really did imagine kind of giving you more intro to this. This character's name is Chris.
Okay.
And he has a particular way of speaking.
Okay.
It's kind of like similar to Christopher Walken.
Okay.
This is the way.
Yeah.
This is the way
like
this
by
particular.
Christopher Walken.
So, just yeah.
Okay. Now this is a really nice room. I can't do it. Just wait, I'm trying to think.
That's okay.
Do
That's-
sly, and you'll get there.
Yeah, if I
Yeah.
do. Okay. Christopher Walken. Now this is a really nice room. I'm enjoying just looking at it, seeing the different parts of the room, and you're doing a great job of painting a picture of what it'd be like to entertain a guest in this room. So kudos to you, friend.
Very kind of you to say, Christopher-san.
Now, I don't want to make it sound like some kind of a deal breaker, but this house, it's got a front door. That's great. I've seen that. And the back door, it's a fantastic door. It's got front and back doors. I like this. I like this in a house. But really, to me...
Just to clarify, it also have door from a garage.
And that slipped my mind. I almost forgot to mention the door from the garage. I like that too. That way, if we have a refrigerator in the garage and I keep soda pops in the garage refrigerator, I can easily pop out to the garage, grab a soda pop. But one thing I'm not seeing here, and again, not necessarily a deal breaker, but is it possible that this room has an entrance, sort of like a beaver's lodge, where you can swim through a small body of water, perhaps a river? Then you swim underneath the house and pop up in a little pool. Then you can get into the house that way.
You're asking if this house have an entrance like a beaver lodge? Hole in the floor where you can enter the house by swimming in through the river?
Right. Also, I said the entrance would be from a river, but it doesn't have to be a river specifically. It could be a creek. Anyway, I was wondering if that's a feature that we just haven't seen yet. Or is that any amenity that this residence offers?
We hear a door open and someone else enters the house. I'm sorry I'm late, Chris. I was held up by this chance meeting with just this terrific blonde. Her physical appearance was reviewed by the Times, and they said she was God's answer to Nietzsche. The reviewer renounced atheism. I'm going to cut right to the chase. Chris, did we already ask about the Beaver Lodge entrance?
Alan, my pal, is so good of you to make it. I was just asking our friend here if there's any chance I'm just missing out on the Beaver Lodge entrance.
Gentlemen, I can answer this for you right now. There is sadly no entrance work like a beaver lodge. Swim up into the bottom of the house from a river.
That's understandable, but not exactly what I was hoping to hear.
And I just want to make sure that you understand, Pat, that it doesn't really matter to Chris and me if the entrance is from a river. It could also just as easily be from a creek, or as they may call it out here in the less developed parts of the frontier, a crick.
Oh, that's a berry clear. This house have no entrance that communicate to any body of water whatsoever.
You know, my analyst told me not to get my hopes up, but I couldn't help myself. The heart wants what it wants. And in this case, the heart wants a house with a beaver lodge entrance.
Alan, pal, listen. Don't lose hope. This is the first place we've even looked at.
One thing that we're help is now is now I know you only want to look at a house with beaver lodge entrance. So I will just plan on not showing any house that doesn't have a beaver lodge entrance. Save a time.
And scene.
Oh boy.
Guys, do we have any questions? I know we're
They're
going
just
a little
friends,
bit long
huh?
here. Oh yeah, they're just pals. They're
Just
kind of
roommates.
Yeah, they're I don't
With benefits.
No. They're just looking at houses. I one thing that I wasn't able to
like sharing the grocery bill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense, yeah. That's what I thought you meant. What
There,
is-
there are certain benefits to living together. But I think this is also sort of like a vacation home. Maybe they're going to work out some kind of timeshare situation. Where they're
Okay.
But it was also just a thing that apparently I couldn't get into the kind of the backstory here of how this came up. It was just an idea that Christopher Walken had that maybe it would be cool to have a house, and then he kind of talked it up to Woody Allen. Is
this true?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
this is
Oh,
not
okay.
true. But it is it's kind of true in this context.
I get you.
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
you.
yeah.
And so he just really got Woody Allen super interested. Maybe we could design a home where that's one of the ways you can get in the house
Yeah.
through sort of a water lock.
And it
I-
seems like Woody Allen is way more into it.
Yeah,
He's like Chris is the one talking him down. He's like,
Yeah.
relax, like
Yeah.
we've just started looking,
Right.
sort of thing.
I think he really made a case for this. It was
Yeah.
sort of an infectious enthusiasm.
I mean, if it's just a vacation home
Yeah.
and it's not your day-to-day place,
Right.
then it is sort of cool to change it up. How you get into
Yeah.
it just might be nice.
Take
Yeah.
a vacation from having a door.
Yeah.
vacation from a
I
door.
think you keep the door. It's just nice to have an option of like, oh, I can get in the house this way if I want to.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it
It's
sounds like
unfeeling.
falling water. Flank white.
It's close. It's close to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
like this idea, and I think we should. I mean, what it means is that you have to have a part of your house where there's just an open body of water inside your house.
Right.
Part of the house.
Part of
Maybe
the
even
house.
if it's just a little bit.
A tiny. It really only needs to
But it's
be.
kind of up to you.
It's the size.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are complications. Like think about complications about dehumidifying, where you
Certainly.
have so much exposed water that's just
Yeah.
kind of sitting there all the time.
Right.
and the water level is going to change.
The water level will change. Maybe it'd be good to sort of, there might be ways of managing that, but and so maybe a smaller opening is more ideal.
What about this? Okay,
'Kay.
can we do a quick improv scene between me and you? I'm Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
You're Woody Allen. Okay. And Pat, you can join whenever. But
Yeah.
I'm mainly
Okay.
focused on him.
Pato Morita,
Yes,
Yeah.
you can-
There you
whenever
go.
you want to
There's
come
Pat.
in and improv whatever, because I like the choices you made there, game. They're good.
Yeah.
But okay.
Didn't have to read it with quite that accent, but you just do.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the idea. Okay, look, Alan, my pal, I know that you're upset that we haven't been able to find a house with a beaver lodge entrance, but I had an idea that it might help you if maybe we got some beaver tails and we could go smack the water with our beaver tails.
Chris, so what you're telling me is we get these beaver tails, slap them on, I assume they have some way of attaching easily to
belt.
Via a belt. Sounds great. And what we could do is just go out to basically any body of water and just slap the tails on the water.
We'll slap some water like
So-
good old pals.
It seems to me from kind of what you're saying is your idea is that I'm primarily excited about this because I want to pretend to be a beaver.
Partially, yes.
So this would sort of satiate that particular desire.
And maybe if we got really good at slapping the water with our tails, beaver tails, then we could be adopted into a family of beavers.
An existing lodge, we could become part of it in some way.
That could be part of it. No, but let's keep this quiet because this is going to be a problem for our real estate agent. He's going to want to keep... He's going to want to keep...
I have a feeling he's going to be quite upset. He'll have a lot to say about it.
He's going to want to keep us from slapping water with our tails.
Because we can just get free access to exactly what we're looking for, and he won't be involved in the transaction whatsoever.
Precisely. So don't mention a beaver tail plan.
At all.
Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you overhear what we were talking about, Pat?
Why you want to strap in the water?
Oh no, the gig is up.
Scene.
See,
That's great.
Yeah,
Well, it was-
good.
I think we found out a lot
Beautiful.
there. That is
That was helpful
interesting
for
that
me.
they're-
Yeah.
Yeah, they were. I felt like for my Woody Allen character that he wasn't. He was mostly just interested in having access to any place like that. It could
Yeah.
be his own
Yeah.
home, could be just an existing beaver lodge, and he wasn't.
That would be quite a vacation.
Yeah, he also just didn't. He wasn't that interested in being a beaver.
Okay.
And but just the idea of being able to get into some place where somebody lives that way,
Yeah.
would do the trick.
I mean, that's a vacation from
Yeah.
your problems.
Yep.
It's a vacation from your regular way of living.
Right.
A
Okay.
vacation from your species.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just living like a beaver for a little
Just
bit.
spending time with other beavers. Yeah. It
No,
A vacation
no
from-
amount of money.
Societal norms, which we know Woody Allen would love to take.
Yeah, right. Yeah, beavers don't judge you if you marry your adopted dog.
Probably happens more than you'd think in beaver culture.
I think they're just kind of like, what did you even do?
Yeah.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
did you adopt a Chinese beaver?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.